Happy Tuesday. I hope you are all off to a great start in this course. As you know, this is 100% online, so you can expect to hear from me at least once each week on Tuesdays to let you know that I've updated grades in Blackboard and also share any information I need to share. Please remember to check your CFCC email and the course announcements regularly throughout the week. I've updated grades in Blackboard. I ask that students check their grades in Blackboard each week after I update the grades. If you have any questions or if I have made any mistakes, please let me know so that I can answer your questions or correct any mistakes before going forward in the semester. Please check your grades now. We are now in week 2 and in chapter 2, Access the Command Line. While some Linux installations do offer a graphical user interface or GUI, we will work almost exclusively in the terminal at a command prompt. We refer to this as the Command Line Interface or CLI. There are several things you will want to note when working in the CLI. As shown in the initial slideshow in Blackboard, the prompt at the CLI provides you with this information: the user currently logged on and working in the interface, name of the machine, and location in the file system. In this example here, the user is named user, and they are working in a machine called host at a location represented by the tilde. The tilde indicates that the home directory. You'll also notice the dollar symbol. This indicates this is a regular user privilege prompt. If it showed a pound sign or hashtag, that would indicate a higher privilege prompt. You will learn more about users and privilege as you proceed in your IT courses, but for now, remember that we use levels of privilege to maintain privacy and security in computing, in addition to user credentials. This is similar to having a lock on a door. The doors to Cape Fear buildings are unlocked during the day so that anyone can enter. The buildings are secured by locks at certain times of the day to restrict access to only those who have keys or other permissions to gain access. In Linux, you would need elevated privileges to run certain commands, create users, change user passwords, etc. In this course, when you need to use elevated privileges, the instructions will guide you to use specific commands to accomplish that, or you will have to change to user root, who has the highest user privileges. These are just a few things to keep in mind as you work your way through the course. We will cover user privileges and file permissions in chapters 6 and 7. It will be important to read all announcements and emails as you work through this course, and it will also be important to read all information you find in Blackboard. Slideshows credited to Ms. Parrott are optional but are useful as they reinforce topics covered in each chapter. Remember that the NDG environment has one outer virtual machine, Foundation 0, where the user is kiosk. There are multiple virtual machines inside Foundation 0, but you will be using only the workstation, server A, and server B. It's important to be aware which machine you're supposed to be working in, as the task can only be completed successfully when using the correct virtual machine. Each chapter will contain reading, exercises, and sometimes a quiz. The quiz is for your use only and is not graded. Obviously, you will read each chapter in its entirety. For exercises, you will find guided exercises and a lab exercise for each chapter. Important, you are required to complete and document all guided exercises and the lab exercise in your lab report. I'm going to repeat that. You are required to complete and document all guided exercises and the lab exercise in your lab report. In most chapters, you will be instructed to SSH into other virtual machines. Note that SSH does not support all applications, and not all applications support SSH. So when you want to use an application that is supported by SSH, that is not supported by SSH or that doesn't support SSH, you will console into the required virtual machine. There are instructions for accessing the console in the first slideshow in Blackboard. This is a link to that slideshow. You access the console through the Virtual Machine Manager. And note that the Red Hat environment in the eText uses consoles. NVG provides consoles via the Virtual Machine Manager. Chapter 2 includes the following 2 exercises that you will complete following the instructions in the Blackboard submission link for the Chapter 2 lab report submission link. Please read the instructions carefully. You will do the guided exercise named Access the Command Line with the Desktop and the lab named Access the Command Line. And the summary for Chapter 2, the Bash shell is a command interpreter that prompts interactive users to specify Linux commands. Many commands have a -- help option that displays a usage message on the screen. You can use workspaces to organize multiple application windows. The Activities button at the upper left corner of the top bar provides an overview mode that helps to organize windows and start applications. The File command scans the beginning of a file and displays what type it is. The Head and Tail commands display the beginning and end of a file, respectively. You can use tab completion to complete file names when typing them as arguments to commands. You can use the graphical interface for many administrative tasks. You can disable the interface to preserve resources for running applications. You can write many commands in the same line using the semicolon character and can run a single command in multiple lines using the / character. Remember to email me with any questions you may have. Enjoy your week, and I look forward to hearing from you.